Okay, so let's talk about hemostasis. So hemostasis is the process of blood clotting. So the cells that are responsible for this are called platelets or thrombocytes. They come from a cell in the bone marrow called a megakaryocyte. And this is a big cell. Megakaryocyte is a large cell in the bone marrow. And once the bone marrow, it comes from the same stem cell, which will differentiate into this megakaryocyte. But this megakaryocyte is huge. And when it tries to enter the bloodstream, it's too big. It's too big, and as it's trying to enter, the blood is kind of rushing by. And as it's rushing by, it pulls pieces of the cytoplasm off of it. Off. So platelets are basically cell fragments. So cell fragments of these from these megakaryocytes. They don't live very long. So they live about 5 to 8 days. And a normal platelet count is about 150,000 to 450,000. All right, so hemostasis is basically the stoppage of bleeding. And we're talking about from damage, from injury. So if we have our little blood cell, and the blood cell gets injured. So this is the damage. So in normal endothelium, so endothelium is the wall of the capillary. So in normal endothelium, remember those are the capillary wall, the simple squamous epithelium of the capillary wall. So in normal endothelium, the cells produce chemicals that inhibit platelet activation. And these are called anticoagulants. So when you're not injured and everything is normal, you don't want your blood clotting, right? You want it to not clot. So normal cells, so cells wherever in here, are secreting anticoagulants so that clotting just doesn't occur. But around the damaged area, this area then starts the response where we will be activating platelets, and these cells will be secreting procoagulants. All right, so in an injury, when you first get an injury, the body exhibits a specific response. And the response will start with a myogenic response. Myogenic response. So what is that? So myo means muscle. So basically the response is that smooth muscle in that area starts to contract. We call this vasoconstriction. So the smooth muscle in the capillary starts to contract, causing vasoconstriction. So basically that makes the lumen of the vessel smaller. Makes vessel lumen smaller. So it slows down the amount of blood that can go into the area at that time, because it makes the area of the vessel smaller. Okay. All right. Okay, so we'll start there. I'm going to do another video and continue this process for clot formation. So right now we've got we had a healthy vessel, without any kind of injury to it. It's got normal endothelium, which is producing anticoagulants so that there's no clotting going on in that vessel. So then we get an injury. Here's damage. So now we're starting the response that will ultimately create a clot to stop the bleeding. Okay. The first thing that happens is this myogenic response. So smooth muscle starts on the vessel, contracts, causing vasoconstriction, making the lumen smaller, lessening the amount of blood that can come in there. All right, so on the next video, we'll continue that.